Hello, beautiful beings, and welcome to Stepiphenie's Wake. I'm Steph, and this is a timeless reading for the sign of Leo. But if you find yourself here because of the image or title, I believe there are messages for you too. On this channel, we honor three things above all else. 1. Nothing is coincidence. Everything that happens in the reading is part of the reading. 2. Energy is wild. I will deliver the messages I get, and no topic is off limits. And 3. Love always wins. I'm here to change the world one conversation at a time, and my main aim is to move whoever is watching forward in a positive direction for the highest good of all. If the energies or roles I am speaking about are reversed in your story, feel free to flip them for yourself as necessary to suit your situation. Don't force the reading to fit if the story isn't yours. Don't make it so unless that's how you intend for your life to go. Don't forget to like the video and leave a comment if this resonates with you. If you feel aligned with my vibe and ever-growing tribe, I invite you to subscribe, and I send a huge thank you to all that do. Additional information and details to connect with me for a personal reading or to donate to the channel are in the description box below. So let's get into your channeled messages, Leo. The title of your reading is Vindaloo. Um, and I learned that that translates or means it's a Portuguese wine and garlic sauce originating. I know that now we have that dish at a lot of Indian restaurants. It's from Goa, and it is classified as a sauce consisting of spices, vinegar, chilies. Um, but the name originally came from Portugal. And the original dish is called carne de vinha de achos, I think. I mean, I'm sure there's a better way to say that, but that's just what I'm getting. So aside from that, there's something about 5,500 miles west. I don't know where that is for you, but a simple Google search can show you 5,500 miles west. See where that takes you. See where you end up with that. That might be significant. If you feel the need, comment down below where that brings you. And then I can get an idea of where my collective is. Also, that led me into this kind of little dive about garlic. And garlic is believed to repel vampires and evil disease. It's a protective amulet that was worn to ward off spirits, demons, and witches. And the whole deal about garlic is that is offensive to vampires who have a heightened sensory, they heightened senses is how I'll phrase that. I also learned that there's a specific blood disease, porphyria, that might be significant to you. And I know that the royals, William or George, not the ones now, but way back when, suffered from this particular blood disease. And then in my notes, I've been keeping notes about weird things for a long time. But on February 7th of 2021, I made the note, lots of garlic, no vampires. And I also need to mention that the reading I just did for Cancer, called 767 Necromancer, there was a lot of vampires and bloodsuckers and, sucking the life force mentioned in that reading. So there might be some messages for you there. But maybe you're enjoying Indian food. Maybe Vindaloo is just a funny word for you. Maybe, you heard about it in conversation. Whatever it is, for some reason, that is coming up. So let's dive into your reading and see what we got here. I'm going to start with my tools. I have a number system I use. So what's the overall theme for Leo? 44, patience. Patience. Good things take time. And you can't build something too fast. Don't force a structure if you don't have a good foundation. We're going to do 8 shuffles. At this time, I'm going to call in my guides. Angels, ancestors, beings of the highest way light, I call you in and I ask that you protect me and guide me with these messages for Leah. Archangel Michael, I call you in and ask for your protection. Leo, I encourage you to call in your guides and benevolent spirits who wish to assist you to move forward in the highest good of all for your highest timeline. Three more. Thank you for being with me. This matters. I've learned it matters. And one more. It's on the bottom. So, Vindaloo. I know that Indian food is the one thing that I can't make at home quite the same. It's always worth getting it somewhere else. Um, there's always just something missing. Maybe it's kind of like that grandma Italian pan thing where, grandma's pans are 55 years old and, the oil's crusted on them and whatever. But I can never make it quite right. So usually for my birthday dinner, I end up having some sort of Indian food. I always crave it. So good. All right. Curry, maybe you have a curry road. I know of two curry roads near me. Curry Road. Maybe there's something about a spice trade, hearing spicy chilies. I just heard Austin Powers when fat, B word says chilies, baby back ribs. All right, diligence and wit. What's powering the situation? Diligence and wit. When you know better, do better. Doing what's right for you. The other thing about Indian food, a lot of people, and this is, I don't know if it's the kindest thing to say, but it's true. Sometimes it doesn't really sit well in your system. It's really good at clearing you out. So maybe something for you isn't for everybody, or something for everybody isn't for you, and that's okay. Patient. Patient can also mean like in the hospital. So I just got this reminder of somebody who thought that they were going to be able to eat the absolute hottest pepper in the whole world, and that ended up putting them, in the hospital. Don't take on too much too soon. You don't have to prove anybody wrong or anybody right or prove anything to anybody at all. Something about vinegar. Something about vinegar is important. What's changing in this situation? Diligence and wit. Cleverness. There's a way out of something. You know your way out of something. That's a lot of Virgo right there. For you. That was weird. I just got like this really weird burning sensation right here. Envy and balance. Oh, with the burn. That was a weird feeling there. And integrity on the bottom. Maybe somebody's watching you. I'm gonna use my Deviant Moon deck because I just got an image of the Page of Wands, I think it is. The Page of Wands. Somebody is watching you move through something with absolute ease. Something that would bring anybody else down. Somebody is watching you walk this tightrope. All right, okay, I just saw two decks. Walk this tightrope with absolute ease and composure and grace. It's blocking this. Vindaloo also kind of gives me this vindicated. What's blocking this transform and no? You won't let go of something, or somebody won't let you let go of something because they know that if it's completely released, that you'll be able to soar. So it's almost like I'm getting this in between worlds kind of feeling. Something's keeping you tethered to the ground, but as soon as you're removed from it, you're going to take off. And envy is different than jealousy. I think people envy things when they want it. Envy can be used as a positive thing. I envy their work ethic. I envy their balance. But when they really see you take off, I think it's going to turn to jealousy and malice. There's a very, very fine line. Envy can be very motivating, but it's also a sin. We have diligence here. Somebody envies how easily you're able to move over these hot situations. I heard hot coals. Maybe you're healing from something as a patient. Maybe you're willing to take the time to do something the correct way. You can withstand the heat. Consequences coming to light. And no on the bottom again. Maybe somebody, Pepper, there's Pepper. If you're going to bite the pepper, you got to be willing to take the heat. Somebody can't understand how you're able to do this. It's like you're getting off scot-free with everything. It is your season. And as a fixed fire sign, you're used to the heat. You're used to being center stage, and the show must always go on. And so there are consequences. And there's balance again on the card. Balance, but you're able to balance them. Eyes on the prize. I heard eyes on the prize. So what's coming to balance? Greed. Yeah, and karmic. Somebody wants this. Somebody feels that you might not deserve this and they want it instead. I'm definitely using deviant moon. Somebody does not feel like you are worthy of whatever this is, but they don't know what. It's like never never hate on somebody in their winning season because you don't know what they lost in their losing season. You've paid for this. The consequence is you getting through this. That's the consequence. And I need to mention that spite produced the worst karma. I think Taurus, I had that same line, Taurus's read. Here, 3 shuffles. It's 3:30 on my clock right now. Double confirmation, 33. I'm also in military time, so it's actually 15:30. But anyway, 9 of Cups on the bottom. All right, let's clarify for Leo. What's powering the situation? Diligence and wit about what? Diligence and wit about what? I'm even scattered shuffling. Hold on, I gotta regroup for a minute. Hold up. Whew. Take a deep breath. Let's all take a deep breath together. And look, title card on the bottom. Hold up. Hold up. Patience. 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 You know what? We're gonna be so patient. I have this bundle of sage that isn't burning that well. And I realized that it's probably because it's such a big chunk of it. It's not burning well. So I broke it apart to help it burn a little bit better. Smaller pieces burn easier. And so maybe that's a message for you. I was wondering who it was going to be for. Usually it's the sum is greater than the parts, or the sum of the whole is greater than the parts. I think that's a Camus quote. But there's something about taking it apart and each individual piece working better than the whole. So maybe it's like, being in a band and you're going solo and the band together isn't that good, but you're really talented. And so by stepping back and kind of getting your own, gigs and your own feet underneath you, you're able to grow and flourish and gain the popularity and momentum because you don't have a drummer that's off beat and you don't have a bassist that's, missing notes and you don't have a singer who's super off key. And you can really just showcase your skills. And it's that hard work and the ability to cut your losses and to be on your own that is going to aid in your success. And the patience was trying it every way. I'm sure you had a good, and this is all hypothetical, but I'm sure you've had a good attempt. You put in a lot of 333 on my clock, a lot of effort to make this group thing work, but you're a very talented person and it's okay to do what you need to do for you. The sun wanted to pop out, but I'm going to leave it in. All right, so let's try again. Let's clarify. Diligence and wit. The Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, this is a long time coming. Showcasing your hard work, what you've been working on all this time. Being proud of it. Being steady, stable, sturdy. And knowing that you can move this forward to success, something tangible. You've been working on this a long time. It's a contract. And anything else that was included in this contract, anybody else you were with, was just nullifying your contract. They were holding you back. Those aren't the terms of agreement I'm hearing. What's changing? Envy and balance. You holding your own. You leaving it behind and still being able to hold your own. Hearing it's business, not personal. The Magician, the World, and the Ace of Swords. Yeah. Yeah, you discovered your own magic and decided that the other things were just pulling you away from your own magic. So you had to bring them to a close. I just heard like a video game. It's blocking this. Transform. Maybe someone's making you feel guilty for this, or somebody keeps wanting you to go backwards, trying to prevent your evolution. For some reason I'm seeing Bulbasaur the Pokemon. Um, Once they evolve, they don't go backwards. Once you move on, you don't go backwards. This isn't chess. I do love the line, no one in chess, what is it? No one wins a game of chess by making only forward moves. That is very valid here. But I don't think you're playing the game at all. I think you've just gotten up and walked away from it. You know? King of Swords. There's the King of Swords. With temperance. Yeah, clarity. Absolute clarity. And kings act in. The thing about a king is that he has to make decisions for the kingdom. A bad king will make decisions with himself and his interest in mind. So if this were in reverse, that might be the case. Somebody who's abusive and cruel and really, really mean, especially, sharp tongue. But this king is just defending his castle. He's defending what he's building, this balance. Vindicated. Back to that word vindicated. I want to define that word. Well, Leo, you must feel very special because I somehow, when I went to go search Vindicate, it cut the camera and I kind of just kept going. So, the cards that came out, I'm going to continue. I don't normally do this. I like to do one take and that's it. And instead of completely, deleting everything that I had already recorded, we are just going to move forward. So maybe there's a super error or gap in something, there's a disconnect, or you're not supposed to know something because I literally talked for like 13 minutes and didn't realize it was not recording. So, what's coming to light is the Lovers, which is a partnership that you're supposed to be in. The Three of Cups was on the bottom of it. So it's like a place that's rightful for you to be. It's an appropriate place for you to be. Also, because I never actually got to clarify what vindicate means, it means to clear someone of blame or suspicion, or to show or prove to be right, reasonable, or justified. Whatever you are leaving, whatever you are moving out of, moving past, you are doing the right thing. You are doing the right thing for you, for your kingdom, to find, you got to cut what isn't for you to get what is. And I feel very much that that's what the consequence for you will be. The key, this is the Lenormand, the key for you is to cut the losses, cut what doesn't belong, and sometimes it's hard, but you've got some sharp blades on your side, and good reasoning. So what's coming to balance is you seeing, and this is where I realized, oh, we're not recording. The Knight of Wands is somebody who's, quick and kind of impulsive and, kind of in and out energy. I think someone's going to be talking bad about you behind their back. But really, I think it's coming from this place of fear, of greed, because anything that's worth having, you want to keep. Greed is number 69. It's love perspective. And again, it's like when you love something so much, or when you find so much value in something, you want to keep it for yourself. That's a perspective of love. You want to protect it and cherish it, but some people take it to the extreme where it becomes a possession. So somebody may be trying to possess you, to keep you. And with that, they're gonna hurt themselves. They're gonna hang themselves. Excuse me. And the final thought that I had was that you are the spice in this situation. Without you, they're just vinegar. I kept trying to figure out what it was about the vinegar. You are the spice. You are the secret to the sauce. You are what ties it all together. And without you, it's just vinegar. And vinegar is an acquired taste. Even, balsamic vinegar, it needs something to balance it out. And so there's something that's going to be way out of balance without you. And that's part of the lesson. That's part of the karmic lesson. Because the other people, I have this funny feeling that, we're all here to teach and learn and grow from each other. And so your leaving hopefully inspires them to get not only who they need in their partnerships moving forward, but inspires them to grow. Again, that envy being used in a positive way is really important. But for a little while, they may be, saying some mean things, doing some mean things, false, I'm hearing rumors, things like that. So I hope this makes sense. I hope this connects. Again, it was like 16 minutes of apparently stuff that you're not supposed to hear. But instead of recording this entire reading, I figured that we could just pick up where we left off. And hopefully this won't be a norm. So that's all I got for you, Leo. Enjoy something spicy, keep it spicy, and I'll see you next time.